How to use the casual past tense.
そいつは私の顔を見た。
So here we have the past tense in Japanese, particularly looking at the casual form or the dictionary form. What that means is that this is not polite speech, this is just the standard way of using the past tense. And there's different ways of conjugating the past tense for verbs, adjectives, and nouns. For verbs, you first need to identify whether the verb is an Ichidan verb or a Godan verb. If you'd like more information on that, check out my verb conjugation video. But for Ichidan verbs, like miru, to look, all you need to do is drop the ru and add ta. That's it. So miru turns into mita. Taberu, to eat, turns into tabeta.
お前とラーメン食べたのは久しぶりだな。
Now, Godan verbs are a little bit trickier as it depends on the sound that they end in. For Godan verbs that end in a ru, u, or tsu, like tsukuru, iu, and motsu, you need to replace the last sound with a small tsu and then ta. So it's like a gap in saying it. Tsukuru, tsukutta.
君たちの家に行ったぞ。なんだあの愛様は。何を作った。
iu, itta.
今、何と言った。
Motsu, motta.
他人の人生に興味を持ったことはない。
For Godan verbs ending in a su, as well as the verb suru, you need to replace the last sound su with shita or turn suru into shita. So hanasu, to talk, turns into hanashita, talked.
お前、ルーナと話したのか。
Suru, to do, turns into shita, did.
クライブ、もう大丈夫なのかい。心配したよ。
For Godan verbs ending in a ku sound, like kiku, to hear or to ask, kiku turns into kita. So you need to replace the last sound with an ita, kita.
この辺りで魔物の話を聞いたことはないか。
Godan verbs ending in a gu sound, like oyogu, to swim, you need to replace that last sound with a ida. So oyogu turns into oyoida.
僕ちゃん、もうたっぷり泳いだ？
ここの海の中、綺麗だろう。
For Godan verbs that end in a bu, mu, or nu, like asobu, to play, that turns into asonda.
いやー、遊んだ。楽しかったね、白子。
Yomu, to read, turns into yonda.
テアラーの日記か。私も読んだわ。
Shinu, to die, turns into shinda.
そういえば、ドクターゲロは？
あいつなら死んだ。今さっきな。
For the verb kuru, to come, this is an irregular verb, so you need to just change the whole thing to kita. Kuru turns into kita.
誰の命令で来た。
Same thing with iku, to go. This is another irregular verb. Iku turns into itta. So again, that small tsu and then ta. Itta, went.
みんなはどこへ行ったの？
Now for e adjectives like kawaii, what you need to do is remove the final i and replace it with katta. So kawaii, cute, turns into kawaii katta. So that last i gets dropped and replaced with katta.
そうかもな。
でも、ライブの時のはるかちゃんは可愛かったな。
With na adjectives, as they function like nouns, they have the same rules as nouns do. You need to use the adjective stem, so shizuka, and then add datta. This is the past tense form of da, to be. So shizuka da, it is quiet. Shizuka datta, it was quiet.
しかしなんだ。ここ数十年、デスマウンテンは静かだったのによ。
And so the rule's the same for nouns as well. Gakusei for a student, gakusei da, am a student, gakusei datta, was a student.
ずっと昔の記憶だ。私がまだ小学生だった頃の。
So that was the past affirmative, but now we also have the past negative. And for all verbs, this is really simple. All you need to do is get any verb into the nai form and then replace it with nakatta. So that last i gets replaced with katta. In a very similar way that e adjectives do, right? That last i gets replaced with katta. So minai, to not look, turns into minakatta. I did not see.
俺の仲間をどこかで見なかったか。
君の仲間？
見てないよ。
Same thing here for E adjectives. When E adjectives are in the negative form, it replaces that last I with kunai, like omoshirokunai. It's not interesting. And so exactly the same thing here, just replace that last I with nakatta. So omoshirokunai, not interesting, turns into omoshirokunakatta, was not interesting.
冗談です。
当たり前です。
面白くなかったですか？
全然。
Now, it's a little bit different for na adjectives and nouns. Na adjectives in the nai form is actually janai or dewanai, to not be the case. Futsu janai, it's not normal. Well, in this situation, we need to turn janai, not, into the past. Janakatta. So futsu janai turns into futsu janakatta. It was not normal.
私も知りたい。あの力、普通じゃなかったよ。
And so the exact same thing here with nouns. Yume, a dream. Yume janai, not a dream. Yume janakatta, was not a dream.
ごめんなさい、起こしちゃった？
あれは夢じゃなかったの。
いいえ、夢じゃないの。
白ってただの口うるさい本じゃなかったんだね。
無礼なやつめ。
あなたも知ってる通り、相棒は普通の AI じゃなかったの。
So in summary, to create the past tense form for Ichidan verbs, just replace the ru with ta. Godan verbs depend on the final sound of the verb, so just be careful about that. Ru, u, and tsu turns into small tsu and then ta. Su ending verbs and suru turn into shita. Ku ending verbs turn into ita. Gu ending verbs turn into ida. Bu, mu, and nu turn into nda. Kuru turns into kita. Iku turns into itta. E adjectives replace the I with katta. Na adjectives and nouns replace the da with datta. For the past negative for verbs, nai turns into nakatta. E adjectives, kunai turns into kunakatta. And nouns and na adjectives, janai turns into janakatta. So hopefully this video was helpful in you learning the past tense form in casual Japanese. And remember that this is just the baseline form of Japanese without adding any level of politeness to it. This is also known as the dictionary form, the casual form, or the plain form. And this is the most common form that you'll see used, especially in Japanese media. So hopefully that video was helpful for you guys. Thanks so much guys for watching. A huge thank you to all the supporters through Patreon and directly through the Game Gengo website. If you want to come join us on the Game Gengo Discord, then feel free to come join us through either one of those two, Patreon or directly through the Game Gengo website. Thanks so much guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you again in the next video. See ya.